Welcome to Tonikaku Kawaii chapter 196. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, only 4 more chapters until the fabled chapter 200. I cannot wait to see it. This chapter is brought to you by Bathhouse Scans. Thank you very much. At least someone's being consistent as far as I know. I have just looked at my upload schedule, and the last video, as of recording, was uploaded about 3 days ago. So basically, at the pace that I'm going, I might actually be able to, put this out in about a week, which, it screams consistency to me. So, yeah, apart from that, I have nothing interesting to say, and let's just jump right into the chapter because I want to post this out just so I can start being consistent again. The chapter starts off right where 193 ended, okay? So basically, the conversation about the whole love thing is still going, right? In the last video, I said that it was Kaguya that was the one that proposed the theory of love inflation thing. No, turns out I was wrong. Turns out it was actually NASA that was the one that proposed this, theory of love inflation, which, might I point out, kind of a weird name, just stating for the record, okay? So, NASA is still peddling this, theory of love inflation, right? We have, basically Skusa-chan just sitting there, like, at the counter, and she's like, NASA, you fucking idiot, what are you doing? Listen, this thing, no offense to you, NASA sweetie, but, like, this thing is making you kind of sound like an idiot, okay? Now, Lottie fucking da, turns out Kaguya also buys it as well. Now, Skusa-chan is absolutely surprised at this. She's like, what? There is no way you bought this, okay? Please tell me you're lying to me, okay? Because I swear to God, if you bought this, we're done. The world is over. Kaguya proceeds to just respond to NASA, right? She's like, and I'm just gonna use the damn fucking chapter because I am not remembering this word. This is a big word, okay? Basically, Kaguya, she's like, so this is a it's basically an increasing function, okay? I'm just not gonna even bother at this point, right? Apparently, NASA's like, yes, totally, 100%, right? Now, Skusa-chan is absolutely shocked at this. She's like, I'm sorry. How the hell are you even understanding this? Bro, NASA's speaking bullshit, okay? Now, Kaguya, NASA thinks that, she's catching on, right? But she's like, actually, however, I should point out, I don't really buy what you're saying yet, alright? Now, Skusa-chan, she's like, oh my god, finally, actual reasoning, okay? Now, Kaguya basically states, listen, to believe in your whole little love inflation theory, which sounds weird as fuck, okay? She needs proof, alright? She needs proof that this is an actual viable theory that will actually work out. Now, Nance is actually surprised that, Kaguya kind of just talks back to him in a way, alright? It's like, wait, what do you mean by evidence, okay? Now, Kaguya continues, right? She's like, okay, listen, any proposed theory, any proposed, basically, thoughts or anything has to have some evidence to back it up, okay? I mean, without it, it's basically just a myth. It doesn't exist. It's probably not actually functional. Which is, I guess, a correct way to see a theory. I mean, like, if it doesn't have any evidence to prove it, it might as well just not exist. It's like that weird, it's like the weird scientific process or something that, like, every science teacher in high school will always tell you about, okay? They cannot stop talking about the scientific method or whatever it's called, right? And, basically, you have to have info to prove your point or whatever, right? Now, basically, NASA's like, oh, yeah, right, we, evidence is needed to support the claim, And Kaguya, she continues more, right? She's like, I mean, no offense to you, NASA, but let's just say that your info that you gave me might not even be, like, but perfectly viable, right? She proceeds to explain, she's like, okay, basically, you're the one that made the theory, right? And obviously, the people that make up the theory obviously have some bias towards it, right? That's average, that's just how the human works, okay? If you propose a theory, you're obviously going to have some bias for it, right? So, Kaguya is basically saying that, you probably have some cherry-picked data. It's definitely not on you, the person, but more as just your conscience, right? So, we're going to probably need other people, to basically prove that your theory is either correct or wrong, okay? Now, NASA is like, oh, understandable, have a great day, alright? He's like, yes, alright, this is fine, okay? So, it's Skusa-chan, she's still listening to all of this, and she's like, what? What? What's going on? She's still shocked that, first off, Kaguya even understands what the hell is going on, and two, she's confused as hell because when the hell did this conversation just suddenly get so complicated, alright? Now, Kaguya is basically thinking of, like, I guess other people to ask about this theory of love inflation, okay, if you will, right? And Kaguya, just out of nowhere, she's like, you know what? Let's just ask your wife here. How does she feel? I want to know all of them stories about the love that you guys have for each other, okay? And Skasa-chan is very surprised at this. She's like, what? Kaguya then starts to peer pressure Skasa-chan into basically telling her a story about what happened, okay? Now, Skasa-chan, first off, is not having it, because she's like, haha, no, bullshit, we aren't doing this, okay? She tries to, basically have NASA try and reason with her, but, that's where your first mistake was, sweetie, because NASA isn't really there anymore, okay? NASA, he's like, yes, sweetie, come on, tell Kaguya here a story about our love so, like, my theory can be proven correct, right? Now, NASA, not NASA. Skasa-chan, she's like, what? No, are you crazy? No, okay? She basically says, I'm not going to tell you a story. You know why? Because I just don't feel like it, okay? My love for NASA is already enough. It's already enough proof, alright? Please, understand, okay? Now, Kaguya, she's like, okay, so you're not going to tell me then. You're not going to tell me anything. Okay. You have no story to tell me? Okay. Skasa-chan is slightly worried that, she says that, right? She's like, I have no idea what you mean, but I am slightly scared, okay? So, Kaguya basically comes up with her own conclusions, and she's like, alright, because of the fact that you are not going to tell me anything about what you guys do, alright, I have concluded that this theory of love inflation is absolute bullshit, is a lie, and is a mistake, and that means that your love is fake and a misunderstanding and doesn't exist, okay? Basically, Kaguya says that NASA and Skasa-chan's love is bullshit, okay? Now, both of them are obviously surprised at this. They're like, wait, what? That's not what it obviously means. Now, Skasa-chan is obviously pissed at such accusations being, thrown around by Kaguya, saying that their marriage is kind of a sham, okay? Basically, she's like, bullshit, obviously, I have stories, okay? Now, Kaguya, she's like, oh, you have stories? Okay. Why didn't you tell me in the first place, Anyways, please, tell me your story. It doesn't, it doesn't really matter, but, tell me your story. I just want to hear, Alright, and basically, Skasa-chan kinda has to spill the beans to prove that basically their marriage isn't actually a sham. And basically, she starts talking about the one time, back in the oldie days of chapter 2 and 3 or 1, it doesn't really matter. But basically back then, right? The one time where basically NASA was trying to sleep with Skasa-chan, right? And he used his arm as an arm pillow, okay? Which Lottie fucking Daw turns out that much later into the night his arm got numb, alright? And he kinda had a catch-22 situation, alright? Basically, I pull the arm out, okay, and my arm is, okay. But it means that, Skasa-chan doesn't, have an arm pillow. Or B, I just leave it there. My arm hurts for the rest of my night. But hey, at least, Skasa-chan, she has an arm pillow, okay? So basically, Skasa-chan found that very cute of NASA, okay? And, that's why, she loves him, right? Because, he thinks of these things, right? And, she just finds it adorable how much he overthinks these, okay? I think so, yeah. So basically, Kaguya, she's like, okay, that's, well, it's a story, let me tell you what, okay. Now, NASA is shocked, I guess, that, it's Skasa-chan, not Kaguya. What am I... Again, I'm getting the names mixed. It doesn't matter, okay? So, NASA... it's very hot in this room, okay? I'm sorry. NASA is surprised that Skasa-chan says this story. There you go. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. So there you go. Okay. And, basically Skasa-chan is also embarrassed, right? Now, if you thought this couldn't get any, if you thought this was going to get better, no. It gets worse, okay? Because suddenly Kaname just comes in, right? Apparently, she heard the entire thing, right? She's like, what are you two talking about in the middle of the day with this child? Okay, now Snasa and Scusachan are both shocked to find that Kaname is just chilling. All right, they're both like, listen, it's a misunderstanding. Okay, it's not what you think. All right, Kaname, she's like, I mean, I guess it's nice that you guys are like talking about what you guys do, but like Jesus Christ, like, all right, now I believe it's probably Kaguya, not NASA this time, but she's like, listen, it's not what it seems. I already told you that I was just listen. It's not what you think, okay? Now Kaname doesn't listen. She's like, yeah, well, great wholesome story, all right, and that's where the chapter ends off. Very short and sweet, only 9 pages actually, which is pretty cool, I guess. Um, I've read right. Listen, how I do these videos is that instead of like preparing, I kind of just do like a blind rendition of the chapter, like while I'm recording. Well, no, obviously I read it once or twice and to basically understand the gist of it, right? But this time I decided to read forward to 197 and chapter 198, and let me tell you, it is just a massive lore fest, and God bless, okay? Actual good lore that doesn't include the Kiyomaro Mansion, okay? But apart from that, I have nothing interesting to say. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and yeah, goodbye.